when your party came into power, you were riding on 3 cardinal principles: economy, security, and corruption. But the reports out there have it that the amount of debts that have happened in the country in the space of 1 year have superseded those that happened in 2014 alone. How do you react to that?
Well, my reaction to that is, if you remember before we came in, what was the price of crude? What's the price of crude now? What did the previous government do with the savings? Did the government of Jonathan or PDP government, did they save for this country? Was there any saving when we came in? There was no saving. And you remember, I mean, when we came in, oil got to as low as $34. When PDP was in power, it got up to $120. So, and then you had the same civil service, the same infrastructure, the same thing that you need to take care of. So, I mean, if you say that, look, it's the same, it's not true.
Respond.
So these things have to be taken care of.
Okay. Honorable Yusuf, we can actually hear you.
Please, I want to respond to this, please.
Please go ahead.
Oil prices became 110 only from October 2014 to around May 2015. Oil prices was as low as $19 in 2003, 2002, because the impression always been given is that all to the PDP oil price was around 120. So how to debunk that it was in 2014 alone. 2, that there was no saving. This is my challenge with APC. Fashola, Adams Oshimole, Amechi led the onslaught of federal government as per saving and insisted that Aragbeshola even came out that it was deliberate to deny APC state their resources. They went to court. My governor then in Kogi State, Governor Wada, I had an encounter with him, and he said, at every forum, when they said they should raise money to go to court, he said, why don't you sit down with the president and negotiate this? And they got this. The same set of people are now in power, and there was no saving. I'm aware that presently we have borrowed more than that we borrowed in the last 20 years, in 3 years. This government has borrowed, taken loan more than cumulatively what Nigeria borrowed in 20 years. I will still be talking about the fact that there's no revenue. Where's the money going into?
The money is going into infrastructure.
Where is this infrastructure? So, it was begun by the previous government.
Yeah,
it was begun by the previous government. You know, so all you did was to come in and fill the gap. You now borrow close to 13 trillion already. And we now go back to say that oil prices was this. This is the narrative. I don't like it by JPC. This idea of shifting blame.
The discipline to save the money. So
which discipline? Which discipline?
The president had no clue. The president had no.
And the same governors are the one in government now talking about no saving. The same set of people. He's hypocritical.
No. You see, you remember the.
They went to court, and there was a court ruling. So how would the president?
Single treasury, which was started by Jonathan, but because he did not have the courage.
I disagree.
Of course,
let me explain it to you. You don't know, so you can. If you know, you know that.
But I'm telling you, he didn't have the courage. That is. We know, Nigerians know.
The money there. Why is it not spent now? You can't touch it because it's people's money.
No, it's been.
Let me give you an example. The passport, international passport that we obtain. When you pay for passport, there is a portion of that amount that go to the those who provide the portal and the printer. If you do strategic treasury account, when I pay 20,000, he goes straight to this financial account. The man who operates a small business for his portal takes him 2 years to get his money. Jonathan, I'm telling you, that's what's happening now. Jonathan decided that let's look at this before I fully operate in 100%. Can we find a window when the printer gets his money without going through the process of going to CBN to get his money? That is why the so-called money in circulation account cannot be touched.
You see, that's
because
why,
it belongs to people.
That's why the money couldn't be seen. That's why the money could not be found. The money found, had legs to walk away.
Hello.
You know, and you remember very well.
You forget that.
No, you remember very well now. At least, if nothing. Yeah. What I'm saying, if nothing, when you go to, if you go to the website of the Ministry of Finance, you will know exactly how much money we have.
We established the website. It was and you could go there and find it then. All you did is to continue what she started.
I said the discipline.
Which discipline?
The discipline to do this thing, which you guys didn't have. Which
13 trillion in 3 years.
Didn't have. And when you say where are the projects,
in 3 years.
And the project there, and the rails working,
which
and
rail?
All this
You started working before you came.
No.
Hello, sir. Please, can you prove this?
And
the rail started working before you came.
No, which one? Which one?
Oh, there was no rail in Lagos.
No. Like
there was no
the standard.
Before you came.
We're talking about the standard gauge.
That was test run before you came.
No, standard gauge from Lagos to Kano that is being worked.
Kaduna to Abuja. Who?
I'm telling you about the whole hog, the Lagos Kano that is being worked now. People in Lagos know that something is happening. So when you say, why is the money? The money is there. And I said, look, if you go on
Honorable Yusuf,
today,
let's Honorable Aliyu, let's get your direct response to the issues you raised about the governors who led the scenario wherein we didn't save the oil prices that were as low as $19 or $20 per barrel, and then thinking all was not well at the time.
Come again, the governors?
Let's get your direct response to what he said about the governors who didn't allow the country save and how oil prices were below $20 per barrel at the time.
Yeah, what I said, Jonathan had no courage to tell them, look, you cannot touch that money. So that's it. So if they took it, if he didn't have the willpower, let any governor now in this country with the president in power tell him to do anything that is wrong. He will not do it. But because of political things, he was blackmailed into doing the wrong thing. That's why we came in with nothing in the country.
I disagree, please.
Oh, well.
I disagree. The governors went to court. Go and check very well. They got judgment. Jonathan, being a Democrat, obey court order. Are you saying he should disobey court order? And I said it's hypocritical for the same governors to be in a government where Jonathan is being accused of not saving. They should hide their face. That's what I'm saying. They went to court, they got judgment. So are you saying that in a democracy, the president, because he's strong-willed, should say, to hell with the court rulings?
So now, so which you should do now, tell Tambuwal, tell Autumn, tell all of them, we don't need you, go back because you're in the same government that, you know. So look, as I said, look, I sympathize with my colleague here. In opposition, you know, you fall ill every day. So I can understand his frustration. I can understand the frustration of the PDP guys that, look, they can say anything, that nothing is happening, but they know, Nigerians know, that in the field of agriculture, in his own state, in Kogi State, definitely what is happening today is not what was happening in 2014.
In Kogi State.
If you just allow me to butt in here, let's just try to come back. If you just allow me to butt in, let's just try to come back to the issues of some of those defections that we have seen.